An industry plant is a music industry term for an artist who achieves rapid, significant success while appearing to have independent, organic following, but is actually backed or manufactured or connected through major labels, resources, nepotism, or industry connections. So imagine I was supposed to tell you, right? Manny Pacquiao, one of the GOATs, right? He never competed in the most prestigious and the most famous arena in boxing history, which is considered the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden, right? Not only that, Madison Square Garden is the most prestigious boxing arena. Madison Square Garden also has the most extensive and the most strict drug testing policy, right? So being that we know that that's every boxer's dream to fight in Madison Square Garden, the Mecca of boxing, and one of the GOATs in Manny Pacquiao never competed in Madison Square Garden, it kind of raised some questions, right? Why hasn't Manny Pacquiao fought in Madison Square Garden? For obvious reasons, Madison Square Garden got a strict drug testing policy, right? So people will look at Manny Pacquiao as Manny Pacquiao's a cheater. We know Manny Pacquiao started his career at 106 pounds and dominated his way through boxing all the way up to 147 pounds. And a lot of people believe that's just not possible. There's no way this little man can move all the way from 106 pounds to 147 pounds. So it would make a lot of sense on why Manny Pacquiao wouldn't compete in the Mecca of boxing that has the most extensive drug testing policy, right? So what if I was supposed to tell you that Manny Pacquiao isn't the only GOAT that hasn't competed in the Mecca of boxing? Floyd Mayweather, the
capital G, capital A, capital O, capital T, period.
African American's GOAT, as what he calls himself, never competed in the Mecca also. So my question to you guys is, just like how you look at Manny Pacquiao as a cheater, do you look at Floyd Mayweather the same? And I can answer that question. Absolutely not. Because Floyd Mayweather is something that you call an industry plant. His fans aren't authentic. Floyd Mayweather is being backed by the powers that be. Floyd Mayweather has judges in his back pocket, and he can do whatever he wants in the sport of boxing. For example, this article was posted by the New York Post. It further proves that why Floyd Mayweather is an industry plant, and he's actually a drug cheat, right? It says, questions and cast swirl around Mayweather's drug testing history. Let's read the article together. A mysterious IV injection received by Floyd Mayweather Jr. the day before his mega bout victory over Manny Pacquiao in May has raised questions about the controversial boxer's superstars, buddy chemistry, and conceivable cozy relationship with drug screening agency he employs. An investigation published this week by SB Nation explores in the depth ties between Mayweather's camp and USADA, a nonprofit corporation that is contracted for a fee to perform drug testing services, including $10 million in annual funding from the federal government. The most damning anecdote is this. After the weigh-in that the day prior to the May 2nd bout in Las Vegas, Mayweather was observed by USADA testers receiving 2 banned IV treatments of saline and vitamins totaling 750 milliliters of liquid, equivalent to 16% of the body's blood content, a fairly thorough flush of the system. Let me explain that to you. He took vitamins and saline, right? That was banned because you can't take 750 milliliters of fluids without being authorized to do so. And it took up 16% of Floyd Mayweather's blood, which can flush any banned substances, right? Let's continue. It says the concern among anti-doping watchdog is IVs can dilute or mask the presence of other substances. Mayweather's medical team told agents the IV was administered to address dehydration concern, though that was not documented because intravenous infusion are prohibited under prohibited substances and method list of the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, which sets the standards. USADA says it follows. Mayweather had to be granted a therapeutic use exemption, and he was 19 days after the fact. So Mayweather was authorized the therapeutic exemption 19 days after the fight, while USADA chose not to notify the Nevada State Athletic Commissioner about the IV. Mayweather waited until May 19th to apply for the exemption. It was granted May 20th, then relayed to the commission and Pacquiao's promoter on May 21st. The TUE for Mayweather's IV, and the IV was administered at Floyd's house, not in a medical facility, and wasn't brought to our attention at the time, was totally unacceptable. Bob Bennett, executive director of Nevada State Athletic Commissioner. So the commissioner saying, yo, I didn't even know nothing about this. I didn't know nothing about this, right? I've made it clear to USADA chiefs Travis Tygard that this should not happen again. Stay with me here. This is where the article gets better. It says the backdrop for the fishy IV episode is the business relationship between Mayweather's camp and USADA, which I told you guys got that in the beginning of the video, which is the drug testing agency of choice for fighters like Mayweather, orchestrated by Al Heyman, right? So Al Heyman chose USADA for Floyd Mayweather. He chose USADA, right? Listen to this. USADA is paid well for overseeing fights in which Al Heyman plays a role, according to the reports, including the tidy sum of $150,000 for Mayweather and Pacquiao. Yet, even while charging more than drug screening, competitor voluntarily anti-doping association, USADA techniques can be considered more lax because they decline to use an advanced test of carbon isotope ratios. So they pay USADA more money, right, than VADA to do drug testing, right? And they're not even doing the proper drug testing. It says USADA techniques can be considered more lax because they decline to use an advanced test of carbon isotope ratio. So that means USADA ain't drug testing right. I'm gonna get surgical for y'all. So why would Al Heyman choose the drug testing agency in USADA that lacks extensive drug testing rather than VADA that has extensive drug testing? Y'all riddle me that, please. Riddle me that, please. And then the article continues to state, Mayweather is not doing Olympic-style testing, says Victor Conti, Balco mastermind turned anti-doping evangelist. Olympics testing means that you can be tested 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Hold on. So that means Floyd Mayweather is not doing Olympic-style drug testing. He ain't doing it, brother, man. He's only doing it a week before the fight. He's not doing it 365 days, 24. He ain't doing that. He's not doing so. He can be microdosing just like Ryan Garcia, the guy that he told to come in 4 pounds overweight. Come on, is this making sense to y'all? Is this making sense to y'all? And all that came out of all of this was by the commissioner, you better not let that happen again. You better not let that happen again. So if this doesn't prove that Floyd Mayweather is a cheater and he's paying and he's choosing USADA, the drug testing agency that doesn't do extensive drug testing, and the agency that is not used by boxing is actually VADA, then I don't know what else to say to you guys. Brainwashed. You guys are brainwashed. And this further proof on why Floyd Mayweather is an industry plant. He gets to get away with choosing any type of agency that he wants to choose, and he gets to do illegal IV and nothing come out of that. Well, let me continue to prove my point on why Floyd Mayweather is an industry plant. So on December 7, 2002, Floyd Mayweather made his debut at the lightweight division versus champion Jose Luis Castillo. Jose Luis Castillo held the WBC belt at the time. Floyd Mayweather was granted a unanimous decision by all three judges. Now, what was so strange about that decision was the punch landed by Jose Luis Castillo. Look at this, guy. Just take a good look at this. Jose Luis Castillo landed 107 more power punches than Floyd Mayweather and 46 more punches than Floyd Mayweather, with a 5% higher connection ratio than Floyd Mayweather. Now, a lot of people will say, well, you judge a fight round by round. But if you look at Harold Letterman's card match up with the punch output. Harold Letterman had Floyd Mayweather losing 115 to 111 in that fight. He had Jose Luis Castillo winning 7 rounds to Floyd Mayweather 5 rounds in that fight. Now let's break this shit down simple, right? Floyd Mayweather is the challenger. You mean to tell me Jose Luis Castillo landed 107? 107? More power shots than Floyd? And 46 more punches than Floyd? With a 5% higher connection ratio? And as the champion, he wasn't able to do enough? But the challenger won in Floyd Mayweather? I need somebody to show me when in boxing history a fighter get outlanded 46 punches, 107 more power punches with a 5% connection ratio, anything remotely close to that. And the challenger came out on top. Not just came out on top, but a unanimous decision? 115 to 113, 115 to 113, 116 to 113. It should be the other way around, where Jose Luis Castillo at the end of the fight getting his hand rose. But this further proved my point on Floyd Mayweather being an industry plant. He's being backed by the powers that be. And this is the reason why he's looked upon as the GOAT, specifically by African Americans, brainwashed African Americans. Now, if I'm supposed to continue to prove my point on why Floyd Mayweather is an industry plant, we'll be here for days. So what I will do is I will be releasing a part 2 on why Floyd Mayweather is an industry plant, right? And hopefully you guys tune in, share this video, and I hope this speak to your soul some way. I hope it speak to your soul, because this channel only comes with receipts. It only comes with receipts. I will never lie and try to mislead y'all. The black community is brainwashed by people and the powers that be. The media keep forcing it down you guys' throat, pause, that Floyd Mayweather is the GOAT with no receipts behind it, but Floyd Mayweather defeated the most champions. They only started talking about a fighter defeating the most champions when it came to Floyd Mayweather. Go look at before Floyd Mayweather's era with Oscar De La Hoya and even the Four Kings. They never ever spoke about who defeated the most champions. They only spoke about it when it came to Floyd Mayweather. And it doesn't even make any sense, because there's no way Floyd Mayweather could defeat the most champions when he was defeating guys that were not holding the belts, that was considered former champions. When you're holding the belt, you're a champion. If you're not holding the belt, then you're a former champion. So Floyd Mayweather defeated the most former champions. But they make up a stats just for Floyd Mayweather because he is a industry plant. Stay tuned for part 2. I'm out.